If I were to describe what Lake is in a few words, it would be a Lifetime movie game. And no, I am not kidding. The game feels like a Lifetime movie game. If you don't know what Lifetime is a channel on TV very much more aimed towards women. And this just has that same kind of feel to me. The game is not really difficult. It's not overly complicated. You're not going around shooting anything. Honestly, the most that you're doing is you're delivering mail. It's been a while since I've played a game like this that has just kind of had me in a chill sense environment. But I have to say, when it comes to it, Lake is good. Now, Lake was made by Gamus, a Dutch-based developer out of the Netherlands, so I think that's kind of cool. Came out in 2021, and I never really had a chance to play it until now. Lake's story is very simplistic. You play as a character named Meredith Weiss, who is back in her hometown of Providence Oaks, Oregon, after her parents leave for a vacation and you're really just house sitting. During that time, she works for a guy named Frank, delivering mail around the town and interacting with the residents while she's there. Now, if that doesn't scream Lifetime movie or even like a Hallmark movie, I really don't know what else does. Now, in a way, that's not a bad thing. It's nothing too over the top. There's nothing really there that's going to be like this big reveal kind of thing. It's just living day-to-day life, and it works really well for it. The characters are what really bring this game to life. Meredith herself is actually a pretty good character. She's a software developer in the 1980s, and so from going to a big life like that over to a very simplistic life is definitely a change for her. She's been gone from Providence Oaks for over 22 years, so imagine leaving your hometown and then coming back to it and kind of seeing things are the same yet at the same time different. Now, you do get to make choices on what to say, and that will change how your relationships work with the other characters. So if you're more of a nice person, you'll have different dialogue and stuff. If you're choosing the more asshole version of it, you'll have more asshole responses back. It's just kind of how you talk to normal people, and I mean, really that just works well for a game like this. Now, the characters around Providence Oaks are also the best part of this as well. Each one has their own unique personality and changes and challenges that actually affect the rest of the story as you go through your days. One day you might be trying to help a lady save her cat, while the other time you might be just helping out a teenager with learning what movies they want to watch. Now, it's nothing too riveting or overly groundbreaking, but for this game, it's really fun. It's enjoyable to hear what they have to say. On top of that, there's also times where you might set up time to talk and see other people. Now, during those times, you have to kind of plan out what you're going to do. Sometimes you might be able to go hang out with one person, but you can't hang out with another person due to the fact that you already made previous plans. So there's a little bit of like methodically planning out just like you would a normal day. When you're not talking to characters and learning about their quirkiness, you are in a truck driving around and delivering mail for them. Whether that be packages or just mail itself, that's pretty self-explanatory. The controls for driving the truck are actually pretty responsive, and a lot of the times you're listening to music. They have like 3 or 4 individual songs that you'll be listening to throughout your quote-unquote day. At the end of the day, you'll end up turning your truck in, and then at night, you'll have certain activities, whether it's one of your pre-established plans or just sitting down and enjoying a book and writing stuff out for your job that you still have to do. Now, I haven't really talked about graphically because there's not really much to the graphics. The voice acting is pretty alright. I like the voice actor for pretty much all the characters. There's not really one I really didn't like. And visually, it looks pretty good. Like, it looks like an area you definitely want to live in. All in all, I think Lake is a fun game and a nice change of pace. The characters are cool. The delivering mail, while simplistic, is kind of mind-numbing, but it always makes you want to interact with the other characters and see where it goes. Lake is on Game Pass, and I would highly recommend it. So with that being said, what do you think of Lake? Have you played it? Have you not? Would that be your type of game? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I'm Taylor from Rough and Rule Media, and I will see you in the next one.